Meet you, the man behind the crazy style of shoe designs. Yes. So I wanted to find out, how did you get into the shoe design industry?
Well, I'm a software designer and developer by trade, so and an engineer. So I was really looking for something to bridge the gap between engineering and design and things that people actually understand and are tangible. Because the software I do is not really tangible. It's ones and zeros and you don't really see it. Mm-hmm. So I've always had a passion for building things. And I met a shoe designer at an event like 4 or 5 years ago. And it seemed kind of interesting. And I went down the rabbit hole and I haven't come up since.
So now you have a newfound passion to design shoes.
Yeah, design, and yeah. I really work a lot with other designers manufacturing their shoes. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we're down in my little shoe factory right now.
So, yeah, which is amazing. Where are the chickens, by the way?
The chickens are outside. I can bring one in later.
Yeah, you're going to bring one in later. This is your studio, your workshops. Your workshop, and I see, like, all these crazy equipments that, normally this would be, like, in a grand warehouse, and, you'd have, like, a ton of people working for you. I don't know. You're doing this all by yourself. Tell me, like, how did you put this all together? Did this take some time? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, it definitely takes time to decide what you want to buy, and a lot of times you'll be doing an operation, whatever the operation is. Like this is a special zigzag machine, and I have 2 of these machines. One is over there, you can't see. And there's like a special orthopedic sander that is absolutely essential, and it has all kinds of special attachments and stuff. Yeah.
Whoa.
And there's probably down here there's 6 sewing machines. There's a few over there. But what happens is I need to do a certain operation that I don't have the equipment for, and I was going like getting onesie twosies, and then I bit the bullet. Plus I have tool issues since I do have a background in construction as well, and I did that for a long time. So if you go to another part of my studio over there, you'll find everything you need for plumbing and electrical work. And
you're a one-stop shop, man, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, there's also a lot of cabinet making equipment over in that corner, and upstairs in my regular office I have a 3D printer to do 3D. I do the 3D renderings online, and then, or not online, but on the computer. Oh, then I can print components out of plastic, like if I need to do heels or platforms. And I'm building also a robotic cutter. It's a CNC cutter. So that's a real interface between, like, you need that sort of stuff to do any sort of like prototyping and production, but it also satisfies my need for like the engineering and the electronics, which is part of my background, and also the computer programming. So I'm excited because you use so many different types of tools. Adhesives, I have a brief background in chemistry also, and there's probably close to 20 different types of glues down here for different things, different materials. So that part is really interesting. I cast my own heels, so I can cast my own stilettos, and that's like yet a different type of equipment and discipline.
And you're doing this all by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have a team. He does not have a team, guys. This is all you.
Army of one. Well,
and you're just like running from one machine to the next. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I should probably videotape. That's kind of.
We're gonna do that. There's like about 6, 7 machines up in here. Yeah. I wouldn't even know where to begin. This I thought was a regular sewing machine.
That's a zigzag walking foot.
See,
it's very special.
I'd have been sewing a scarf up in here.
Yeah, but I do have.
That's amazing.
I do invite designers down. Like sometimes designers will come down, or other shoemakers will come down and use my workshop. And I'll help them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because the equipment. First of all, we're in the middle of New York. We're in the middle of Brooklyn, but in New York. So space is at a premium, and I have about 800 square feet down here, so I'm very lucky, and enough space.
And there's chickens in the background, guys. Could you hear the chickens? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's chickens, huh?
Well, those are birds, but the chickens.
Oh, those are birds? Oh, I thought, okay.
The chickens are back there. They don't make that much noise.
I was wondering. I'm like, does he have a lot of chicks up in there? Like.
Yeah. I'll bring one down. They enjoy it. They're very photogenic.
Sorry to cut you though.
That's okay.
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
So we were talking about the equipment. Yeah.
With the designers, you said you also invite designers in your showroom, in my studio, in your workshop, in your studio as well.
Yeah.
And help them out because the space, being that it's.
Well, yeah. I have one really great designer, Ariana Bowling. She lives in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and she's really blown up. Like I started with her second season, and we manufactured down here like 120 pairs of shoes.
Wow.
And she in her apartment, she has in her studio is like one of the bedrooms in her apartment, so it's sort of tight. And now she's doing a lot of stuff with another one of our shoemaker friends. But here there's a lot of gluing, there's a lot of dust, there's a lot of everything. So you need space to work.
Yeah.
So and I have a passion for tools, all kinds of tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely have the passion for it.
That's
I
a
mean,
whole
you
other
made that
story.
clear. But yeah, that's great though. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new collection. I'm really looking forward to getting my shoe.
Yeah.
Which is not this one. It's gonna be better than this one, but it's similar. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be coming back to update and see where you're at. See where you're at by next season. I have a feeling you're gonna be in the Barneys and the Saks and the whole nine. I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
I
I like
You seem to be a very driven man.
I like to be in the background and enable designers, because I think although I think I'm somewhat creative, but I really thrive on collaboration with people that are very focused and creative and know the trends, and they come to me, and I try to take whatever they have and make it better or realize their vision.
That's
And
really cool.
That's fun.
It's important for you to take that. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good though, and especially in this business where it's all about self. You know,
Sure.
like designers, models, fashion.
Yeah.
Normally it's like it's a self-driven business. Like it's all about me. It's
It
all
is.
about my work.
Well, it's
I don't
interesting
care about
that
anybody else.
they come down. I've had some shoe designers come down, and they've never made a pair of shoes before, and then they understand what's involved. Like there's about 200 steps in making a shoe, and I'm inspired by passion. I like the thing I look for. I work with probably 6-7 designers in New York, and I make samples for them in their lines. So I'm inspired by people that inspire me. So if I meet a designer, and they don't have to be a young designer, but I meet a designer that has a passion for what they're doing in their collection, whether they're a shoe designer or a knitwear designer or a lingerie designer. I'm doing a line for a bathing suit designer, a friend of mine down in Florida. And they're really passionate, and it's sort of like what I crave about the software industry that I've been in for a long time, is that they have that real startup mentality. Where they inspired me because they convinced me that nothing's impossible. I already have that mentality.
Yeah.
And then we just make it happen in this manifestation, which is shoes. So I don't care how crazy they get, I'll find a way to put it together.
Did you have any form of training, like any form of school education
Yes.
for making shoes, other than your what is it, your engineer?
Engineering background?
Yeah, your engineer background.
I've taken classes. Classes in shoe pattern making, and construction, some design, not so much design, but there's been a little bit of design. So I've taken classes in New York from teachers at the Jewish Community Center in New York. So it's really accessible, and the teachers that teach there teach at Parsons and FIT. There's actually a shoe maker that has this little studio and showroom literally 2 blocks away from us. Yes.
What does the future holds for Colthrust? Which, guys, by the way, that's the name of his line.
Right. So what I plan to do for 2012 is a couple things. One is I'm going to continue to work with all the different lines and designers I'm working with to do their manufacturing, and that's just because I want to make lots of different types of shoes. And for my own line, what I'm planning is I'm developing a men's line and a women's line for all the Fashion Week shows for fall, which will be really classic designs for men reinterpreted in different materials. I believe we're doing some really high-end urban wear sneakers, basically, in really exotic leathers and exotic skins, also like python, which you can't sell in California. Yeah, very expensive. So what I'm preparing for next Fashion Week, to have my line ready and available for different shows, and I'll be able to customize them at will. And also I have 3 sets of wedding shoes for different good friends of mine that are getting married this year.